Hello, friends. Today is the new moon in the sign of Sagittarius. So, before I share the two cards I pulled today to offer us some guidance, I just thought I would share with you what Sagittarius and the energy of Sagittarius is all about, which this is information from the Modern Gypsy website. I'll put that link below in case you want to check that out. So, the sign of Sagittarius is a freedom loving sign, and it's always looking for inspiration and new avenues of exploration, and also looking for adventure. And this is a sign that can get bored with just the status quo of life, and oftentimes needs to rush for a new quest in order to keep them on their toes. Sagittarius is also a sign that helps us cultivate our personal relationship with the divine. How do you define the divine? Maybe that's an area in your life that is lacking, and that this new moon in Sagittarius is perhaps asking you to take a look at where you could be with that and figure out, well, how do I connect with the divine? How do I connect with spirit? How can I expand that and enrich that in my life? And then also, this new moon really highlights the voyage of self-discovery. Really thinking about who we are, who we're becoming, and how do we realize our best self. I think all of us can relate to that as something that we're always looking at. Or I mean, we have moments where we don't, right? But this is being highlighted in this new moon, of taking a look at that and how do we realize our best selves. So it's really a good time to take a look at that, what changes you wish to make, and more importantly, how do you want to live your best life? What does that look like for you? So the question that I asked the cards is, how do we work with underline, how do we work with I'm reviewing my notes here and I had underlined that. How do we work with our true nature instead of against it? Because if you really think about it, how often are we fighting against ourselves in the natural flow of what feels in alignment for ourselves? I can definitely tell you I still battle that at times too. So how do we work with this again in our with our true nature instead of against it? So the first card that I pulled is from the Wisdom of the Oracle, and I thought this was really perfect. And the card is Truth Be Told. Because truth be told is when we really sit with ourselves, sometimes that can be really, really uncomfortable. But that's really how we get to the essence of the true nature of who we truly are. We have to be honest with ourselves. And I really love the fact that this is an owl holding what to me looks like a window, and the shutters on the window are wide open. And to me, this speaks to looking into our soul. Again, sometimes that's not always comfortable, because along with looking into our soul, we're going to see things that maybe we don't like about ourselves. But a way to reframe that, things that we don't like about ourselves, let's reframe that and look at that as an opportunity to grow into our best selves. And then I always love the owl representing, I see the owl as representing the higher self. So we have our personality self, and then we have this higher self that is connected to our soul. And I always see the higher self as this little wise person sitting above my crown chakra. And then above my crown chakra is how I'm connected to the divine, spirit, universe, God, however you define it. So truth be told is we have to sit with ourselves and really listen to what matters to us, what is important to us. Look into our soul and listen for what it has to say. Because in the end, truth be told, it's up to us. It's not up to anybody else to do that work. We have to do that work, and even when it feels uncomfortable. And then we have to make those changes that feel in alignment with what our soul is telling us, what we can feel. I mean, we can feel that in our body when we're living our true best life. Think about the days that you're just on fire, or you're just going with the flow and it just feels right. And it really a lot of times isn't requiring even thinking. You're just moving with the flow of who you are. So then I also picked a animal card to go with this reading today from my deck, Animal Reflections Healing Oracle. And the card I got is Peacock and Fulfillment, which I thought too was absolutely perfect. And I love the fact that they're both birds. You know, they're both asking us to spread our wings and fly and be who we truly are. And again, peacock, you know, it's about shining our light. Think about a peacock. It just struts its stuff and it doesn't worry about what anybody thinks. It's just following its own nature, its own flow. So I just want to read this passage, this excerpt from my book, from the guidebook that goes with the cards. Peacock signifies the culmination of looking within, listening with compassion. I think that's so important, is to extend self-compassion to ourselves. So listening with compassion to all aspects of yourself and forgiving and healing past hurts so you are restored and able to claim your rightful victory. So often we're not living from our true nature because we have something from the past that is sitting on our hearts and weighing us down. And it's a belief that we perhaps bought into that isn't even true about who we are. So when you, let me just say, and then when you forgive and heal these past hurts, you are restored and you're able to claim your rightful victory. You're able to be who you truly are. You stand tall and triumphant, shining your dazzling, assured self out into the universe. I'm going to just finish reading this because I think it really speaks to this reading today and the question that we're looking at. So the pattern of an eye that appears within peacock's feathers is symbolic of the wise inner vision you've gained. This new awareness will carry you skillfully forward and continue to help you even when a conditioned past pattern tries to cast a shadow once again, because it will. We're all a work in progress. We're healing layer by layer at a time. So again, how do we work with the flow of our true nature instead of against it? And it's just coming into this awareness of when we fall into these past patterns. But you are able to move more efficiently and swiftly to course correct and with more ease than before. You feel fulfilled in all you've accomplished to date, with a renewed sense of trust and conviction that every day is yours to enjoy to the fullest. Life is incredibly remarkable and abundant. So again, how do we work with our true nature instead of against it? It's really looking at those aspects that feel uncomfortable, but also looking at them as an opportunity to shift, to let go of those past patterning, and to shine our light and strut our stuff just like the peacock does, just like the peacock. So I hope that was a helpful message for you today on this new moon in Sagittarius. And yeah, I'll see you again. Have a beautiful day. Take good care. Bye-bye.